Great early morning, creators. As you can see, we have hashtag all the things essential to getting my morning somewhat started. Not even somewhat started. It's 9:05 a.m. I've been up since 5 a.m. Already did my Bible devotional, and one of the things I find extremely helpful if you are a Christian believer and you want to get more like into the Bible, but maybe it's intimidating, the Bible app. Daily devotional thing that they have in there with the video every day, super easy. Second thing is, one thing that one of the guys at church shared when I was going through the new members class for the church that I joined some years ago, is that I asked the basic question of, when you want to start studying the Bible, where should you start, or is there a way or an approach to take it so that you get better at it? And he said, here's the bottom line and honest answer of it all. Anywhere you open the Bible and you begin to read, it's good. He said, because the whole thing is good. So no matter where you start, you can literally open up to any area and it's good. I took that advice at face value, and just to be able to start getting in the habit of opening it and just starting to read, but then starting to be like, okay, what is something I want to work on? What's something I'm studying this month? Then taking that focus and going there. Here's the kicker, pro tip for you. When you're looking at something, maybe like the King James Version, again, that's the ones that I have memorized, like scriptures that come to mind with those certain things. And what I will do is, if I'm getting lost in the sauce, like this morning, I was finishing up Hebrews, like the end of chapter 12 and 13. So it's right at like, I think it's like verse 25, chapter 12, whatever. It was, I was getting lost in it. Don't know if it was too early, no coffee, what? I'm like, this isn't making, like, it's not computing. Let me get the other one, the She Reads Truth, Christian Standard Version one. Works out so much better. So now I'm gonna read my book, continuing on in this primal branding. I already know I got a lot of work to do today, but it's going to start off with the small things and getting my day organized, better organized. I'm having the hardest time focusing on doing anything today. I'm in so much pain right now, and have been, and just feeling like total crap. I almost said something else. So I'm switching from just my little heating pad to now we gotta pull out the grande esqueuna. But this will have the massager in it and the heat with it that's way stronger, and I'm hoping will get me through. Because today is an important day. I need to revise the book. I need to revise some funnel stuff that needs to be corrected, which thankfully I can just make a copy of the book and then go back through with some of the revisions so we can move this along. So come January 2023, if not sooner, I'm promoting my new book. Now, maybe I can get some work done. Alrighty, so I have been working for a really long time. Like, a really long time I've been working. If you hear any noise, it's because I still have this heating pad and stuff on while I'm working. It's to help me get through it. Definitely starting to feel a whole lot better, but I said I was gonna call it early today. It's gonna wind up being like most of today is working on finishing this book. I thought maybe I only needed to revise some things, write out a couple more chapters that needed to be fixed. I had taken a couple months break from it, just because I'm like, I knew it wasn't ready. I didn't want to rush it and put out a book that I would felt like needed a revision or something like that and rush it just to have it done. It's more meaningful to me to have patience and lean into the knowledge of other experts in this space and do it right. And so I've been writing for 4 hours now nonstop, and most of the chapters and stuff is just revising it, because I did like a clinical writing of it, which is like essentially the meat and potatoes. And so now it's really personalizing this and adding in like the essence. It's like once you're done baking a cake, then you got to put the icing and stuff on it. But I firmly believe I'm going to be done with my book today, which is not what I expected. I thought maybe a couple weeks or something, maybe, for some reason. And I'll probably still like keep tweaking it and stuff like that until I meet with a coach of mine around this. But I'm gonna finish my book today, and I'm very proud and happy about that. I'm gonna finish my book today. That's 6:40 the next morning, like overnight. I decided to take a quick intermission, aka getting some sleep for a couple hours, and then about maybe 1-2 a.m. got back up and got back into writing to finish the book. It's not a speed dash or any necessary rush to finish the book, but the point is that it's almost done. And so I needed to take some time, grab my journal. I wrote down some of the final chapters that I have for this book, and what I'm doing is assessing, and what I've been doing all night in the process of writing and reviewing even some of this previous stuff that I've written, is what needs to be taken out, what's something that potentially can be shared a different way, and then what are just some things that don't belong in the book because it's straying too far. You would think that I was trying to teach every individual concept possible when it comes to video, and what I found to be most helpful, in case you're ever going to get into becoming an author or writing a book or something, or just curious about, potentially at some point down the road taking that avenue, what I found is keeping my big picture, my main idea, like what is the point of this book and what am I wanting it to achieve for the end reader? What are they reading this book for? Honestly, it's some things I already have answers to on the channel or what have you. So it doesn't make sense trying to explain some technical aspects to such depth and degree that I had previously thought to do. And so I condensed it down quite a lot. I'm thinning the book a whole lot. And so now I'm looking at these final chapters of the book, and I'm asking myself, based on the main point, the main premise of the book, what the reader is going to get out of this book, what needs to be taken out, what needs to be kept, even what can be condensed down into a small section. It doesn't need to necessarily be a whole chapter, and there's ways to refine that. I don't doubt once this is even the second version of this book, I completely stopped editing the original version. I still have it, but I took and put it in another one, and I'm like, okay, let's not necessarily start over, but let's do a version 2 that is more in line with what I believe is closer to the finished product. And so when I'm done with this revision today, it will be minus like some things that I'll probably go back through, turn on Grammarly or something, and make sure I pull in errors and corrections and stuff like that. But we'll have a finished book, and I could not be prouder. Sorry, my hand is shaking, just kind of hand holding the camera a bit here, and we are not very tired. I actually feel really good. That getting some sleep, getting some rest, felt good. It doesn't feel like I'm forcing it. I'm just focused to do it. I got less sleep the night before, knowing that I wanted to spend so much of today getting this work done for this book. It's so important to me, and of all these books and stuff that I have and authors all around me, I've always been like an avid reader since I was a kid. It's extremely meaningful to me to, in a couple months, could be weeks even, who knows, or really I guess it will still regardless be a matter of weeks, I'll be able to, like I'm doing this journal, say, hey guys, the book's done. Here's the cover, here's the whatever. So I'm looking forward to all that stuff. I'm even looking into artists to do like the cover design and what's that going to look like, what my imaginations are around what that's going to look like. And I'm so excited about the next phase of doing this book, getting it into the hands of the editor, and becoming a published author out here in these real and digital streets. That's where I'm gonna leave it for this vlog. It's been quite a bit. Thank you for all of you all that are along for the journey. I enjoy documenting my experience and what this is like for me regardless, but those of you that coming along for the journey as well, I appreciate you. So I'm gonna leave it for this particular vlog until the next one, and we'll have probably some more updates on how this is coming along, but I'll see you in the next one. Peace.